All right, so we sure formed the outside. I sure formed the rim. I'm pretty much happy with how this is looking. And it's just a matter of smoothing at this point. Make sure that you smooth your rim really well so that it's rounded. When you smooth the interior, you want to hold your hand and support so it doesn't collapse or lose its shape. And you really want to make sure that your rim is nice and rounded. So I'm pretty happy with that. The light's a little weird right now, sorry about that. I also took my rib and I went here and with the short side of the rib, I also did a little smoothing. You want to refine this piece as much as possible because once you put the handles on it, you're not really going to be able to go back in and do any other work. So we've got it pretty much there. Don't forget to support with your exterior hand as you're doing this. And now it's time for your handles. So I've got a laser beam that you can borrow to do this with, or you can put a ruler on it. It's up to you. If you do a ruler, sometimes your piece is too short, like mine is right now. So we can use the laser. Just ask me for it, and this laser will give you an exact end to end. It's not really picking it up. You can kind of see it there. It's not quite picking it up on the video, but I'm going to set it right here. And mark end to end across evenly. The long straight edges will also do this for you. You can do your handles in two different ways. Get these scraps out of my way. You can roll a coil. That's the way these ones were done. Or you can make flat handles. So I'm going to show you how to do a coil first. Coil is pretty simple. It's the same way we've done coils this whole time. Don't forget that when you roll a coil, you start it in the air, make a sausage, and then you're only giving pressure when you push away from you. You don't want to put pressure on your coil as it comes in because otherwise it will not stay round. So I'm going to go ahead and make it kind of like the thickness that I want. Don't make it too skinny. It should support your piece pretty nicely. And I will cut one end. Make sure it's even, pretty much even all the way around. Gonna measure. That's pretty good right there. I measured it to there, so I'm going to cut there. Oop. And then you just line your coils up so that both of them are even. Here they are. And now they're even. All right. Make sure that your coils are smooth and beautiful. Got to give them a little sponging so that they don't have any weird cracks or unevenness. When you do the sponging, be gentle so that you don't disturb the shape. All right, so there's the coil. I'm going to flatten the ends. And you don't have to do it this way. You can have your ends look however you want them to look, but I'm going to go ahead and flatten my end. And I want to connect this. I want to make little rainbows. Okay, little rainbows. Let this set up a little bit. And then we will score them. So I want this separated out pretty nicely. from end to end. I want to be able to put my fingers through here. I'm going to score. Score. Add a little bit of water. And then just measure it on there. It gives you a little mark. You can see that little mark right there, and that's how you know where to score. I don't think this is straight. I think I need to come over a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and score it then. Bit of water. And I'm going to attach. If you didn't let your handles set up for a while before putting them on, they're going to be floppy. So you're going to want to support them somehow. You can put a little sponge there and support. It's a much better idea if you just wait until your handles have set up a little bit. So there's my handle. I can push a little stamp into the end if you want. Make sure that you have sealed your ends. So you're going to do this all the way around. All the way around. Okay, so that's on there pretty good. You can also clean it up with a brush, like a paintbrush. A little bit of water and clean it up. I use the rubber tip tool and the water on the brush because I want to make sure it's on there really well. So there's one kind of handle, and if you wanted to do that on the other side as well, you would go ahead and do the same thing. I want to quickly show you how to make a handle out of slab. So I'm going to grab just a piece of slab that I had laying around. Cut it. All right. If I wanted to make my handle from slab for a little bit more of a decorative, you just have to make sure that they're the same on both sides. So I'm going to switch my camera view here for a minute. Back to this camera. All right. There we go. All right, so I kind of have a mess here happening, but that's okay. All right, I have my slab here that I just had laying around. And I'm going to prepare it, make sure it's prepped. Always both sides. This is a good trick that I never mentioned to you guys. When you're rolling coils, if you're rolling on a wooden board, wet your board a little bit first so your coils don't dry out. And I'm just going to prep this. You can decide whatever kind of shape handle you want. So I showed you the coil handle. Some people have done braids in the past, which is cute. if you're going to do a braid, you should definitely smooth the underneath side of the braid. And then this is just going to be a little decorative handle, so we can go. I'm going to use a cookie cutter. I'm going to smooth the ends. You can use a circle cookie cutter. I just happen to have this little flowery, oh sorry, I was out of camera. I just happen to have this little flowery cookie cutter sitting here. So that's what I'm using right now, but I will grab a circle also. I like the circles better, but I just had this one here now, so I just figured I would use it. And we're going to cut it in half. I just cut it in half. There it is. I'm smoothing it again. And then this could be your decorative handle. You have to kind of bend it a little bit so that it comes around and meets the rim, and you just slip and score it right on the rim. So I'll show you how to do that, even though I'm not going to use this for this personal. I really like the coil handles, but that's just me. So I'd score it right there, add a little water. Push it up against the rim, smooth this out really well so it becomes one piece. You got to use your rib for sure, make sure it's one piece. That's pretty cute. And then treat the bottom as well, so I'm going to smooth the bottom with my rib. I'm going to get my rubber tip tool under there as well. Sure my corners. That would be a really cute little handle, little decorative handle for sure. Some people like to put openings in their handles, so if you wanted to do this kind of deal, that's a very cute handle. So you can do this. It could be a little flower, it could be a half circle, or you can do this, which is the coil handle right there. Right there. All right, you guys, so that is that. If you have any questions, please let me know. As always, this will dry with plastic over it, so it dries slowly, it doesn't get any cracks. And that's it.